Hello and welcome. I'm an AI expert with deep experience in modern hotel operations, and I'm delighted to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to this online learning journey. Today, we're diving into how cutting-edge AI is helping managers fight a silent enemy, one that could be costing them millions. Let's get right into it. This quote really hits the nail on the head. It's about a silent enemy. This is something that can just creep in totally unnoticed, slowly undermining the building itself, and, maybe even more importantly, completely ruining the experience for your guests. It's a battle that's literally being fought in the air they breathe. So let's really get a handle on this antagonist, shall we? Because in a modern hotel, humidity isn't just some small maintenance task on a checklist. It's a massive operational and financial risk. And as you're about to see, the consequences of ignoring it, well, they're pretty severe. Now, what's really alarming here is how this problem escalates. See, it all starts invisibly, with mold growing where you just can't see it, behind wallpaper, deep inside the AC units. This can lead to what's known as sick building syndrome, and that can trigger very real, very serious health complaints from guests. The cost to fix this isn't just financial, which, believe me, is huge. It also means taking rooms out of service for weeks and absorbing a major blow to your hotel's reputation. So you're probably thinking, but wait a minute, don't we have air conditioning for this exact problem? And that's where a really critical and often very expensive misunderstanding begins. The reality is actually a lot more complex than that. Okay, this is the crucial point that a lot of people miss. Cooling a room is not the same thing as dehumidifying it. A guest might feel perfectly cool, but the air all around them could still be saturated with moisture. This means an AC unit can be doing its job, cooling the room, while at the same time completely failing to prevent that slow, silent damage that leads to mold. This is a massive, hidden vulnerability in so many hotels. And that brings us to the fundamental question, right? How do you fight an enemy that you can't even see? How can you possibly get ahead of a problem that only shows itself when it's already a full-blown, expensive crisis? Well, the answer lies in predictive AI. We're going to look at one of the leading systems out there called Verdigris as a case study. It's a platform designed specifically to see the invisible and to turn building maintenance from a reactive chore into a predictive science. Verdigris works using this really fascinating concept called electrical fingerprinting. Think of it like this. Every single piece of equipment in your hotel, every fan, every pump, every AC unit, has its own unique electrical signature, kind of like a human fingerprint. The AI learns that signature so it knows exactly how that piece of equipment is supposed to behave and when it's starting to act up. This slide breaks down the process beautifully. So first, the AI is monitoring the electrical current an incredible 8,000 times every single second. Then, it layers that data with live readings from humidity and temperature sensors in the room. Now, this is where the magic happens. The AI analyzes all this information together to find the dew point. That's the exact condition where the air becomes saturated and moisture starts to form on surfaces. That's your mold risk. And finally, before any damage can happen, it sends an alert to the engineering team. So, to put it simply, the AI's entire mission is to find rooms that are spending way too much time in that dangerous mold risk zone. It's like having a dedicated analyst watching every single room 24/7, spotting these subtle patterns that no human team could ever hope to catch, and flagging a problem long before a guest even steps foot inside. But look, this isn't just about cool tech. It's about a very real return on investment. The AI delivers big on two fronts. It protects the multi-million-pound hotel asset itself, and it helps you perfect the guest experience. I mean, the difference is just stark. On one hand, you have the old, reactive approach, a massive bill for mold remediation and tons of lost revenue from a room being out of service. On the other hand, you have the predictive fix, maybe a simple, low-cost adjustment to the ventilation, or a tiny repair that was caught early. It's not even a fair fight. Let's look at a real-world example. The AI can detect a humidity spike that's caused by something as simple as a clogged drain line in an AC unit. For an engineer, that's a 5-minute fix. But if that little problem is left unchecked, it turns into the 5,000-pound mold disaster you see on this chart. The leverage you get is just incredible. And really, it all comes down to this number, 5,000 pounds. That's the cost of one problem in one room that was entirely preventable. This is the absolute definition of working smarter, not harder. So ultimately, this kind of technology creates a true win-win scenario. The building itself is protected as the valuable asset it is. And at the same time, your guests are kept safe and comfortable in an environment that just feels healthier and fresher. This is about more than just maintenance. It's about achieving a real mastery over building science by leveraging the power of AI. And that leaves us with a final thought to take with you. We've focused a lot on humidity today, but it's just one example of a silent enemy. So the bigger question for you as future leaders is, what else could this predictive approach conquer? From hidden equipment failures to massive energy waste, the potential is huge. And figuring that out is really the next frontier for our entire industry.